It's being live streamed.
All right.
It's calling it like Ginger's Zoom meeting. We can call it something else.
And then if you want up on your top, you have a you actually have the streaming, like on the top left while you're on your iPad, you should have the streaming address. That makes sense. But see.
So are we live right now?
We are.
You are. So
how come
I'm looking.
I don't see it. Okay,
yeah, I'm looking.
Go to your channel. I'm on your channel. Oh, we are. Okay.
Yes.
We are.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So I can see you too. I can't.
So are we live right now?
You are.
Are we live right now? Yeah.
We are.
Yeah. You are.
We're getting
So
echoed.
I'm sorry. It's me.
Yeah, you have to turn your volume on.
Go to your channel. I'm on your channel. Oh, we are.
Am I crazy?
Yes. Well, so someone already did a like on it.
Is that you?
I don't think so.
Someone must be waiting to get on there. 3 people are watching.
Oh, well, you started it early.
Yeah, but we're just testing it. It's okay. So now 7 people are watching. You may want to stop it. or let's put a message. This is just a test run. And
in the chat?
Yeah, I'll put it
in
in
we
there.
could start. You just want to start since we have 7 people.
Well, they can hear you. They can hear everything you're saying.
But I'm not, my side is frozen. Mine's not.
She's frozen.
My camera's not showing anything.
You are frozen right now. There you go. Whatever you did.
I'm moving now?
Yes, you are.
Not to him.
Oh, to me, you are. Let's see. Let me see. Say something, Ginger.
Something, Ginger. But that's on it. I think on Zoom. I'm still moving on the Zoom, but it's not going to YouTube.
Correct.
Actually, it is. I'm viewing YouTube. It's spinning.
I'm moving.
There you are.
So I just sent everyone a message on YouTube saying we are doing a test run. Please bear with us. We will start in a few moments.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
So Dean said he can see us and we're moving.
Yes.
Okay. That's on it. I think.
Sorry, that's me. I just wanted to be able to see. Okay, you're moving. All right. And I wanted to be able to see the chat so we can answer any questions.
Right. So Dean said he can see us and we're moving.
Yes.
So Joe, you can hear me now?
I can hear you here, but
okay.
I turned down
I did too.
Yeah, because I think it was confused.
Yeah,
right.
You can have the YouTube sound on or it's good feedback.
Right.
So
all right.
Mute that completely.
All righty. Thank you guys for your patience. We're newbies.
Okay.
Say hello if you're here. Tell us where you're from.
I have friends that were worried about how to log in, and I'm like, I don't know if I can tell you. Just
with YouTube Live, they can only put in the chat on YouTube. They can't speak to you. You said
right.
Well, that's what I was talking in YouTube.
Yeah, them trying to find how to get here.
Right. Yeah.
It's showing.
And you know what? I'm going to share this on my channel. Yeah.
Can you actually, well, I guess we can figure it out. I was wondering if you can share, like if it can be live on both channels at the same time. I've only done one live.
I don't know. Yeah. So, and this is my first. So,
so I'll stick in the chat, Ginger's YouTube streaming. So you'll see.
No, she put Panel Palooza Kick-off. That would be better.
I put for the title.
Yeah. No, I'm just It's, you
Oh,
talk
okay.
about sharing it on your page, so.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank
So yes, you can share, it can run at the same time if you want to link it over to
Oh,
by Carmel.
I don't see how.
Okay.
okay. I'm trying to find so we can answer comments.
Same time. If you want to link it over to. I'm going to mute myself because you guys are recording, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we go ahead and get started then? I think
Yeah, let's just get started.
people are watching and waiting for us to figure out what we're doing.
Right?
Well, I'm Ginger
All right.
and welcome to Copycat Quilter. And I have Joe with Quilts by Carmel today. And both of us are newbies to the whole live thing, but
Yeah.
I found Joe through another video that I watched, and I saw that she likes to do panels, and we kind of, I think, have a similar flavor of quilting we like to do. And so
Yeah.
I asked if we could do this together. And then I found out one of her challenges for herself this year is to work through her panels and pre-cuts. So here we are. Joe, I'll let you introduce yourself and then we can maybe talk about why we started our channels and what we do.
All righty. I am, of course, Ginger said, Joe Carmel of Quilts by Carmel, and I'm super excited. I'm excited about this challenge. I love pre-cuts and panels, as you'll see really soon. I started my channel, I think in 2019, and that was basically to document my quilting journey. I don't have any family members who are quilting. I have a niece that I gave a sewing machine and she's starting to sew. But that was the reason. And then as I progressed, I realized I can share God's love through quilting. So that's another reason why I enjoy quilting. How about you, Ginger?
Well, I am at least third generation quilter. As much as I know, my grandmother
wow.
quilted, my mother quilted, and I love to do it. I think it's skipped my daughter, but I'm still holding out. Maybe she will sometime. And
Fingers crossed.
I just find it like a huge meditative kind of just contemplative thing. And I just love creating. To me, the act of making it is as much fun or more fun than, your final product. Like,
Yeah.
So I really love that. And I make a lot of quilts for charity. The guild that I'm in does a lot of charities, different charities that we produce for. And so, really after I make my quilt, I don't usually have a product except pictures. And I thought, well, I'll do this and film along. And so people can enjoy it. And I like teaching. I can't follow a pattern from start to finish. So I wanted it to be something where, people could look at a quilt and figure out how to make it themselves and make it their own quilt. So that's why I started it. And I just enjoy it a lot. It's just fun. And to meet quilty people like you and that kind of thing. It's like a really great community online.
Yes, I agree. Quilters are so giving and they're just willing to share their craft. And I think that also helped me fall in love with quilting.
True.
Yeah.
And I have one quilt that my grandmother, I guess my dad's mother, made when I was born.
Oh, wow.
And it's flannel and has like the cotton ball stuffing. So it's very, very lumpy and it falls apart. And, I would obviously never use it at this point, but it's so sweet to think that someone that long ago, you made a quilt and it was probably lesser quality fabrics and everything. And it does have the cotton ball stuffing. So it won't last a generation, but I have it, and I just think that's really sweet. And it's interesting to me, the people that don't quilt, they're just stunned when you gift them a quilt. And I'm like, I had so much joy making it. You're getting joy in me sharing it. Why wouldn't I do that?
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Absolutely.
Do you have charities that you donate quilts to regularly?
There is the Pink. Is it Pink Place? Oh gosh. It's a breast cancer charity. It's a thrift shop, and then they give their their profits and their they take in quilts, they take in clothing, they take in wigs, they take in bras, mastectomy bras and stuff like that. It's in Riverside, California, and I will put it in here after the live. And then others I give to family. I would love to give to the Navajo Project in Arizona. I learned that through another channel.
Yeah.
But it's more so supply. So it's like, okay, I can send them fabric or I can send them what have you. So yeah. And then I'm very interested in doing a quilt of valor. So I'm very interested. I just don't know the parameters. Yeah.
Our guild does a lot of those. They actually have like a sew date once a month where they do them, but I haven't made any of those.
That's fun.
Again, it's kind of following that pattern and having to make like a certain size that really
it's very specific. Yeah, it has to be a lap size and it has to be bound a certain way, and yes.
But it is, and I've seen some of the ceremonies are incredible where they present them to the veterans. And my dad was a veteran, my grandfather was, so I know it means a lot to them to receive that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will let me see if I can share screen.
All right.
There. Let's see. Again, newbies. Share screen.
Hi, Jerry Wolf is here. Hi, thank you for commenting.
That's one of my friends I was hoping would be able to find us. So
yay.
I'm glad Jerry found us. Oops, wrong way.
Oh, how pretty.
Okay. I guess I'll show this since I got it to come up on the screen.
Okay.
This is one of the books that I have, and it's really a neat little book. She kind of, I think one of the things people struggle with panels is they want something specifically for that panel. And so if they get that exact panel, they just kind of don't know what to do with it. And this book, she talks a lot about look at the picture in the panel and pick elements. So like this one had a lot of stripes. Their scarves and everything had stripes. So she used that to, on this one to like make the borders and to figure out, kind of copy an element, not just the colors, but copy an element out of it. And I'll put the names of these books in the comments. There's actually another one that I couldn't find online that I got it through my library, like Hoopla, where you can get the ebooks from your library. So I'll see if I can find that one too. I've got it on my iPad, on my iPad that I'm looking at here, but I couldn't. And these are just, I found these are on Pinterest. I didn't ask permission to use them, but I'm not selling them or making the patterns. So they're on Pinterest. They're kind of free game to show pictures up. But I kind of looked around for some different ways that people did it. There's nothing wrong with just adding some borders around and making it big enough to what you need. But if you add things like this, I think it makes it so much more interesting. And this one's, I always think it's kind of cute whenever there's a pun involved, that this one's log cabins and it's
log cabin. Yeah.
So,
I was thinking, it's one of my favorite blocks, log cabin.
Right. So I always think I think that's kind of like hidden little secret in there, that, this is a log cabin in the woods with deer.
Yeah. Cute.
And I like this one because the panel that I've actually picked out that I'll show, if you have those are kind of unusual shapes like rectangles. And, you kind of think of putting those 4 side by side or something. And this kind of I guess it's not asymmetrical, but this kind of a layout with some other things in it, I thought was really nice way to make it not just look like a panel quilt, make it just not look like a panel with a bunch of borders around it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Whoops.
Pretty.
I thought that one was cute with the wonky thing. I'm not a big red farmhouse barn kind of girl, but I like that they put the blocks in because even the one that I have, it's square blocks and sometimes that can look very squared. So I thought this one was kind of cute, like setting them at angles. And
I like it. I like it a lot.
And I guess this one, I didn't even notice. This one has 6 of the blocks that are pictures, but then the other 6 blocks are just coordinating prints.
Yeah.
That might go with the one I actually have today. This was a real blurry picture, but I love patchwork. That's my favorite thing. So I really enjoy making some blocks around the edges of it. And I think this was kind of sweet. Just kind of make it. And one thing with panels too is a lot of times they're tall and you need to add more width to them to make them head shape. So this one let you add a little more width, but it still looks like it wasn't fit around the panel,
Right. Mhm.
And I thought this one was really pretty. Besides, the scenery is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh, good
stars,
job. Yeah.
the stars kind of like almost like an icicle look or snowflake kind of look. So again,
Yeah.
it kind of takes something from the picture and brings it
I
in.
love
with
the contrast.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, this one was really pretty. I don't know why I ended up with a lot of deer pictures. I don't do a lot of those myself, and here's another one. I know we're both Accuquilt fans, and
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I bring it up on every video, and I always say I know everybody doesn't have it, but for a lot of people, those flying geese are like scary, and or half square triangles don't make me make a half square triangle without Accuquilt. So I thought this one was kind of neat and very asymmetrical, but still, it's almost like it's maybe a little more sophisticated because there's white space or a little
I
more.
do. I love it.
Yeah. And then, and then this one was just freaking cute. I think I have this panel.
I think I have that panel too. That's funny.
I
And I need something to do with it.
Yeah. And there's another good contrast one for you. And putting the black, actually putting the black fabric in there may make it a little more mature, like for a teen or tween girl instead of a little bitty girl with all the pink and frou-frou stuff.
Right. I love it. You have to send that one to me. I like that one.
This is the other book that I had, which is, I think you have a borders book you were going to show. This is about making a medallion quilt, which starts in the center and builds borders out. Yeah, and it's really kind of the same concept you could use for a panel. You've got something and you're building out around it. So she shows like the flying geese or the squares on point, those kind of blocks, and tells you kind of how to do some of the math to work it out. As long as we say the word math. I know whenever I first started looking at when I first started looking at some of the panel videos, the math just gets outrageous and talking about straightening the grain, and and those things are important, especially if you were trying to do something that might be judged during a show. But I heard Jenny Doan say on Missouri Star Quilt Company, don't try to make your blocks fit your panel, make your panel fit your blocks. So if I'm doing 4-inch blocks or 8-inch blocks, I want to get my panel to a size that's divisible by 4 or 8. And, she said people that'll take the panel and measure it and then try to figure out what size blocks to use, you're going to end up with a block that's 3 5/8 or something, so that kind of makes sense to me. Either build your panel up some or cut it down some to where it matches the size of blocks that you can make.
That's good advice. Yeah.
That's let me see where I am now. Whoops. Where did you go? Stop share. Okay. Bouncing all over.
That was very good. I enjoyed that.
Has it?
It looks like Orla is here. No, we're still going. YouTube is a little delayed.
Yeah.
And she says she loves, my sister also said that they just love getting quilts. They are not red, white, and blue. So many people make them in red, white, and blue. Oh, and many people appreciate them. I think she works at the VA. Her sister works for the VA at a shelter. That would be a awesome. And Veterans Day is coming up. Maybe I can commit to making one for a veteran. That would be a great idea.
Yeah, like you don't have enough stuff in queue to keep you busy.
Right? Yeah. Too many projects. This is a book that I got, and it's called Blocks, Borders, and Quilts. And a quilting friend, Miss Carla, suggested it. And I love it because it gives you suggestions of like your medallion, building borders around a center block. So I really love this. But I also I put my quilts up behind me so I could kind of talk about how I love pre-cuts and panels. And I do it for a couple of reasons. Mainly, it saves time, but I actually really love panels. And this one, it's a panel by Missouri Star Quilt Company, of course. It's called Words Have Power. And I just cut it up into 4.5 or 5 inch, I can't remember. And then I just used, I think this was a layer cake. So I'm gonna stand up really quickly. And I did not know that this camera follows me around. I just found that out right before this live. So what I did is I just cut out each block, and then I put the strips around it, and it worked out really well. I am missing, so this, let me start with saying this. This quilt top is 7 by 7, so that's 49 blocks. They only had 48 of these little blocks.
Of course.
So I have this little one down here that's blank. But my plan is to, I have some heat and bond. These are printable. So I'll just print it on here. And I think the word I decided is heart. That's the only word that's missing. So I'm excited about that. And then let me show you another one. Let's see. Hopefully this will work well. Yay, it did. This one is butterflies, and it's border print. This is a border print that I use like a panel. So that's another way, if you have a gorgeous border print that you like. And then I just strip pieced. I think these are 3.5 or 3 inches. And you just make them, do the math, like you said, and make them to measure the same size as your panel, or however you would have it. All right. Next one. Oh, it's working. I'm excited. I didn't know if this would work. This is one from Christmas. It's called Yuletide. And this was a panel, and the blocks are supposed to be like 15.5 inch, but they're actually 15. And I just used a layer cake, and I was able to work around each block. So you cut out a piece of the panel, and then you just do the math to make it match up. I have 2 things going, so I'm looking 2 places. I'm sorry, guys. And then my last panel is my favorite. It's rather probably boring, but it's my favorite panel, and it's the Woman of Gold. And it just has borders on it. What I did, let me see if I can find it. Here it is. So this was down here. And I didn't care for all this green. So what I end up doing, I have to stand up so that you can see it, is I ended up just putting borders around it in coordinating fabrics. So I love how that turned out too. And Tucker Nance of Tucker's Quilting and Sewing did the quilting on it. And I gotta show you, it's just so pretty. You can see it best from the back, though. I think you can see his quilting best. I don't know if you can see it.
There's circles.
So that's what
are they circles?
Swirls, I think swirls. Okay. And then he did her hair. I don't know exactly what he did, but he did.
You have to watch his channel.
Yes, Tucker Nance of Tucker Quilting and Sewing.
Right.
Yes. I also have a very large king size panel quilt, but it's rather big. But it just to let you know, you don't have to limit yourself. You don't have to make just a small panel quilt if you wanted to make a bed size panel quilt. And I used, let me grab it. I used, I think some of you have already seen it. It might fall down. I used a layer cake and 2 panels. And that's all I did. And it's set on point, and that's why it makes it bigger. But it's 100 by 100. So it's a wow. Big panel.
That's a big quilt.
Yes.
I have one I'm doing right now that's for our daughter-in-law and son. And it's 10-inch squares, and it's a huge quilt, but it's giant 10-inch like half square triangles. So I think I can get it finished in a couple of weeks because you can't get much bigger than 10-inch squares.
Right.
I like how I liked how you did the words. Like you're not afraid to cut up panels. The one with the words with like peace, love, joy.
Oh no.
Like that's a really good way to use that.
Yep. You feel like you might waste fabric, but not
Yeah.
really. Well, for me, it's worth the product. Um,
Right.
it really is. Another thing I was thinking of is I have these. I've already chopped these up, cut. These are like little scriptures.
Mhm.
It's a panel that's already starched. I like to starch. Some people don't. It's like the fruit of the spirit. It has self-control, faithfulness, all these positive words. But I still need to find some coordinating fabric. So I just take this with me to the fabric store, and hopefully I'll find 3 or 4 coordinating fabrics that will work. I don't have a quite ideal completely all together yet, but
Yeah. I'll show, I have screen pictures of mine, so I'll show a couple of pictures of
super.
if I find it. I put it into this festival.
There we go.
Whoops. Okay, I can't get it to come up. Sorry. Here we go. Photos. Everybody can see all of my photos.
Yay.
So this was one of the first ones I did. And I don't know about you, but whenever I first started playing with panels, I feel like it's cheating. Like,
yeah,
you do it. It's like, it's almost like a cheat. Like, oh, they did the really cool part for
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
of course, he's a little boy who's crazy about dump trucks and all of that. And I found this panel, and I
can't see it. Can you share your
let me
screen?
see. I thought I was. Hold on. I thought you were all getting to see all of my different
There we go.
Are you able to see the picture though? Okay, here we go. Now?
There we go. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, our grandson loves construction.
Dylan did too until maybe the last year and a half or so. All of a sudden it's dinosaurs. So I actually have some dinosaur panels. Like they play with this one on the floor. This is a big one because it's laying on a queen size bed. So it's definitely a throw.
Oh, it's a good size.
But
Yay.
I bought all the little fabrics have construction kind of theme, and I thought the yellow kind of made it look like caution tape or something. So it was, and
I
actually
love it.
the stripe across at the like 2/3 way where it goes gray all the way across. It's because I did not cut my panel to the size I was going to have blocks. So I added to make it fit, so that I didn't have to like cut my chevrons or whatever differently.
Right.
I think that may have been one of the first panels I ever did.
Oh,
And this, I wanted to show this because you don't have to buy a panel. This one, I actually saw a pattern kind of like this on Etsy, I think. And I have a friend that was having a baby that's crazy about peacocks. She's Russian, and I think it actually has some type of like ethnic significance or something, a peacock. So I did the applique and everything in the middle, and then put the just pinwheels and things around the edges of it. I love it. I thought it turned out sweet, but I thought I would show it because you can kind of make your own panel.
yes. Yeah. That's fantastic.
I think she's my great grandniece. I'm not sure what she is. She lives with my brother and his wife, and she drew this picture. And being a quilter, of course, you say, "Oh, I can make a quilt like that." So, like, I don't know why you say those things, but you do. And so, this was her picture that she drew, and I blew it up and traced, and I used ink tints pencils, and made the quilt. So, I used her picture through with the pencils to do other patterns. And then I cut it into pieces because she had the sun. I think that's supposed to be a rabbit on the right and her dog on the left or something like that. But that's just another one where I made my own panel.
I love it.
I fit blocks around it, and then it needed to be a little bigger, and I put yellow stripes at the bottom. It was very much just to go, but she loved it too. I mean, she was so excited.
I was going to say she's probably head over heels. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that's very unique. I love that.
These are my latest ones. I have a neighbor who's having twin girls next week, and she was doing her room in Peter Pan. So you can see I just did some borders around the edges, or some borders around the picture to get it up to the size to where I could use 4-inch blocks. And that one, you were talking about picking out the fabrics. That one I had to go Had to go.
Uh-huh.
Walk around Joann's with those panels because they're kind of a strange teal blue.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
was hard to find fabrics that did it. But then after I did that, then I can just make the kinds of blocks that I like, made a bunch of blocks, laid it around it, kept building it. Someone on one of my channels loved to comment about she doesn't do quilts very organically sometimes. And I feel like with the panels, that's the easiest way to do it. Instead of trying to plan it all out to the inches and stuff, is build and see what you like and what happens on it. And then there's the other one that goes with it.
Oh, super cute.
Theme, and these were so sweet, and she was so excited to get them. She was just thrilled, and I'm thrilled to see the baby girls in them. She's having 2 girls.
Yay!
And
I love it.
This was my latest one. I was talking about like the little hidden secrets. It has bear paws in the middle. Get it? Bears, and there's bears on the quilt. And then
I love this.
So this one is for a friend at work who just had her first grandbaby. So she can't watch the video until I get it to her. It still has to be quilted. But
oh, that's super cute. I love it.
And this one was kind of strange. Actually, it's a Riley Blake. There was actually a pattern for it online where they cut them apart and used them, in patchwork. But they didn't leave lines between the cutting lines between the panels. And the designs got like really close. Like you can see, like I hardly had a 1/4 of an inch there to stop from cutting off the bottom of those flowers or plants.
Oh, wow.
But I was excited. That one was a lot of fun to make. I think it was 128 flying geese units.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. And the coordinating fabric, did you get the same line or is it a different line? It just goes so well.
I don't usually do that, but I had actually bought a fat 1/4 pack bundle that goes with it. But after I started, I realized you can see they're directional. So some of my little foxes' heads are upside down, and I'm just not going to worry about that.
No way.
That is way beyond the scope of worry about because
and that baby's not going to notice.
No, and even like I said before, people that are not quilters they're just stunned and amazed you made them anything, and they're not going to see that. I did make sure I did a little square and a square in the middle and made sure those guys
that fussy cutting
to be upright.
Yeah,
so upright. The rest of them can be upside down.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another book. I have this book too. This one actually, you buy multiple panels.
I have this one too.
Yeah, and you do the one block wonder. They're called, I think, those hexagon or they're
kaleidoscope or stack and whack. Yeah, it has several names, huh?
I have not tried one of these though, because then you fit your panel into all that layout, and I think they kind of applique some of those hexes around it to get it to lay on top and like intermingle with the picture. I haven't tried one.
I haven't either.
That may require extra skill set, or not skill set, just effort. That I'm not sure.
Extra, effort and extra time.
Right. So that was my little. Let's see. Stop share. Perfect.
Oh,
that was my little slideshow of mine.
Yay! I have one more quilt. I don't know if it's a panel, but I got it as a gift from Quilt. She did a birthday bash, and it just came in the mail. And it's an elephant. I don't know where she got it from, but I have to show it to you. Let's see.
That looks like one of those digital prints where you can get such
I think it is.
colors. Oh, that's wow.
If I can back up a little. It's an elephant.
Wow.
Oh, boy, I'm having a hard time, aren't I? But it's absolutely gorgeous.
Jeez, that is.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna it's huge. I'm just gonna put a border on it. But it's absolutely gorgeous. I won it on her Quilts Live birthday bash. So that was neat.
And I think that's where I first saw you, where you were commenting on one of her videos, and I went and found you.
Yeah, I think that's how we met.
Right.
Yes.
And I emailed her and asked her if she would like send you my info because I couldn't find your info to send to you. So she hooked us up.
Yes,
we'll have to let her know.
She did. Yes. Big thanks. Thank you, Miss T. Absolutely. So what are you going to do? Do you want me to go or you want to go?
Go ahead.
What's your plan for the challenge? All right. Well, it's going to be Yellowstone. I'm in full Yellowstone gear. I have decided I have Yellowstone panels we went to Yellowstone in 2020, me and my hubby, and I had such a fabulous time. I can't believe this thing is following me all around. Um, and so I have 3 Yellowstone panels, and what I want to do is I want to do a Yellowstone triangle quilt. So I have this huge, I think it's 12 and a half. Yes, 12 and a half is, I don't know, a 60-degree equilateral triangle. Sorry, trying to read it backwards. And so I want a fussy cut. I want to take Old Faithful and fussy cut, and then I want to do some smaller ones, like 6 and a half. So I will literally be playing with these panels. Get the cabin and the I think that's an RV up there. So that's my thought, and I want to make it lap size. That's where I'm heading. So that's a big challenge for me. So that's my thought process. What are you gonna do?
I'm laughing because I saw a video. I think it was April's craft room. I think that's right. And she showed some panels recently, and she was like, "Sacrilege! I cut them in half." And she and here we are taking a triangle.
I'm gonna be whacking them, yeah.
Not
And
afraid.
I'm gonna save the Yellowstone because I want to put it at the border at the top and the border at the bottom.
Right.
So yeah, I'm chopping them up, sauteing them, put some salt,
He is
pepper on
not
there.
This is the one I picked, and I have a picture of it. Maybe I'll show it too. But it's steampunk kind of, I don't know, fish and seahorses. It's really kind of a weird little panel. But
oh, is that mussel? Oh, octopus and a sea turtle. Oh, those are cute.
It's weird, but I think that's why I wanted to try it. It'll be a challenge for me because when I saw this, like trying to pick something out of it, I think I want to do something with like maybe a drunkard's path circle, or half quarter circles, the drunkard's path shape to match kind of that bend in the elbow of the piping.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It sounds like
difficult.
We'll see what happens. But actually, it's by QT Fabrics. I did buy coordinating prints to go with it because again, they were kind of strange colors. Sometimes it's hard if you've got a panel, it's already got its preset colors. And so, it's not like you can find things coordinate with it when it's got 50 different colors in it that are very specific. So we'll see what happens. I'm thinking I may use some of the drunkard's path blocks with curves to kind of mimic those elbow pipes. And I have a son who's used to be into steampunk stuff. We used to do some things together like that. So I thought I might make it for him, but this is maybe a half yard, and it has 8 of those squares on it. And he is a very, very large boy. He's 6'2". So for me to take something for him to like cuddle on the couch in, it's going to have to be pretty big. So I'm not sure if I can take 8 panels that are maybe 10 inches square and turn it into a big enough throw to be a throw. But if it doesn't work out that big, my guild does a camp in Philadelphia that's for children who lost a parent, and they have like a week that they go to camp, and they have grief counselors and kind of work through some things like that. And they give those kids quilts. So I thought some boy would love this, maybe a little older boy who's kind of out of construction truck stage. So I'll see how pretty awesome. That's I'm thinking maybe do a little bit of curvy piping kind of things going around in between.
Oh, I'm excited to find out how that looks. I also have some coordinating fabric I forgot to mention. So I tried to get some half yard cuts in here to go with my panels. So we'll see. Same thing, the tones were, I love the buffalo. The tones were very hard to match. So, yeah.
Do you do that?
Be fun.
Do you buy coordinating prints a lot, or do you try to scrap it up or use it?
Not necessarily with panels. I can say maybe 50-50.
I think I'm probably the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I like the panel. I grab the panel, and then it's like, oh, wait, what am I going to do with it? And then if I see something, I will grab, but I don't often grab enough. I will say that. So
Yeah.
that makes it a challenge. Yeah.
Maybe if it's if you're on vacation too, you pick up the fat quarter bundles that you wouldn't necessarily buy if you're at your local
Yes.
shop.
Yes.
Like, oh, they're beautiful together.
Very true. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
So I guess we can let people know
Awesome.
what we're going to do next.
All righty.
Joe and I are going to break off, and she is going to do a video on her channel, Quilts by Carmel, showing her process of making her Yellowstone quilt. And we should promise like not to watch each other's videos.
Oh, that would be hard though. That would be hard.
A video of mine, my steampunk ocean critters quilt. And then, so we're each going to do videos of those over the next couple of weeks. And then we'll come back for a live. I don't remember if we set a date, maybe August 29th. Did we say that?
I don't know.
I'll put it in the show notes because I know we talked about it.
No, but we did talk about giveaways too.
Yes, we did.
Right? Yeah.
So we'll come back and do that live together and show our work together. And we'll do that on Joe's channel. And then we're going to have a giveaway. Each of us are going to give away a panel. Probably or one or two, maybe.
Right. I have a couple. Yeah.
I did that short showing all my videos. I did that short showing like all my panels, and then I realized I have like a whole load of boxes of them I didn't even find. But
I just found this one this morning. So yeah, we got plenty of panels to share.
So if you want to enter into the contest, all you have to do is comment on any of our videos, any or all 4 of them if you want to. And right after that last live, we will do a random drawing and do a short and announce who the winners are. And you can get panels from us, and you'll have all kinds of ideas of what kind of panels you want to make.
Absolutely.
I think that's it.
All right. Okay. In our videos, are we going to show the end result, or are we going to wait together and show them? What do you think?
We probably should wait. I think we should wait.
Okay. All right. We'll just show the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we should hold off on
that.
that.
Okay.
And that way you and I can't peek either. But it is not a competition. It's a friendly challenge. And it's just going to be fun to see. I'm even looking at yours. I'm surprised at the different ways you cut and use them than just kind of using the bigger panels. So that was interesting to me. I'll have to think about that on some of my other ones.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. I love it.
Well, thanks everybody.
All right,
I don't know if there's any other comments. I've been bad about reading them. But
Hi, Phyllis. Looks like you stopped in. She loved your peacock quilt. I have been too. And we taught the VA. So yay. So thank you. 13 people are watching. So yay.
Sounds good to
we
me.
had some visitors.
Yeah.
Are you going to, do you want me to go first or you to go first as far as our videos? Or we can do them at any time?
I think we can just do them at any time. We're actually,
okay,
I've got
good.
that star quilt to take down for a couple of weeks. So
yeah,
I had to work that out, and I may take my machine down there and sew on there to do my panel quilt because I've got to get this one finished before, well, I don't have to, but I want to get this one finished before. So yeah, I think we'll just do that on our own. And
sounds good.
We'll post in here to make sure everyone knows the time. I think it was the 29th we had talked about.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's a Saturday. So a couple of Saturdays from now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah. The 29th.
Is that a Saturday?
No, it is a Tuesday.
Okay. So I'm dreaming we talked.
So we'll figure it out and we'll update you all. Facebook, she is the Copycat Quilter. I am Quilts by Carmel. And we also have our own regular Facebook channels, Ginger and Joe Carmel. So we'll put it out there for you.
Yeah. Okay, great.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody, and let's play with some panels.
Yes. Panel Palooza.
I'll find the little fanfare thing.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.